I have with me Supervisor Mike McGowan from Yolo County, who also is the chair of the CSAC Housing, Land Use, and Transportation Committee, to provide you a perspective from the elected officials. So with that, I'd like Supervisor McGowan to make his comments.
Well, I'll try. Thank you very much, and I appreciate being given this opportunity. I must confess, even though I'm the chair of the Transportation, Housing, and Land Use Subcommittee for CSAC and currently chair of the Yolo County Board of Supervisors, I've been there for a hell of a long time. I'm having a hard time figuring out what the problem is we're trying to solve with this particular legislation. It looks, to some extent, to me like a solution in search of a problem. And especially in these times, it perhaps is possible that this bill could be amended to a point where it could be acceptable to local jurisdictions. It is not in that state right now. I don't know what happened in the conversations with the author. Candidly, I was not directly involved. I'm led to believe we weren't really successful in those conversations, and if there's a greater opportunity to engage, I'd be happy to try to structure some balance on this. But as it sits, we are opposed to it, both Yolo County and CSAC. And I have to say, with all due respect, this is a terrible time to be considering a bill that invariably and ultimately will cost local jurisdictions more money. The additional cost of administration here are significant. They're real. They will cost us something. And I'm worried of what's going to come out of the work of this body over the course of the next several weeks, as far as what the impacts are going to be to all citizens of California, and quite frankly, the impacts that they're going to be on the citizens of Yolo County. I know you have to consider taking certain funds that we've come to expect and believe are rightfully ours to do road work with, the HUDA funds. That's on the block. It may go. The Proposition 42, that money's supposed to be suspended. Our local streets and roads are an integral part of the system. There's some figures were thrown out earlier about the amount of work that Caltrans does. Caltrans is less than 20% of the road system for the state of California. 80%, over 80% is local streets and roads. Folks out there in the pickup trucks are trying to keep them going. We're having to return roads to gravel in Yolo County. We can't keep them up to date. There's not enough money in the state for all of the counties to maintain all of the local streets and roads the next 20 years. We've already done the analysis comprehensively. We are hurting for certain. And anything you do that costs us more money is just wrong at this time. I'd urge you, the way the bill is structured today, to oppose this bill. And at the very least, no action should be taken that might cause local jurisdictions more money, especially as it relates to streets and roads, until we've resolved the physical crisis that we have in California today. You folks are going to have to work very, very hard, and still it's going to be just miserable when we're done. So I urge you to oppose this bill.
Other witnesses in opposition?